Hello everyone, welcome back to the SEF Indisc Podcast, a podcast that can be your Satnight soulmate. With me Balqis and my partner Bita as the announcers that will accompany you to talk about our topic with our special speaker tonight. By the way, what are we going to talk about, Bita?
Okay, Balqis, tonight we are going to talk about history. As we know that history is one of the sciences that must be kept in our life because with history, we can find out what happened in the past and usable as lessons in this time. So, there are a lot of history, and the history that we will be talking about tonight is Sumpah Pemuda.
Wow, it's such an interesting topic ya. Okay, without any further ado, we have connected with our guest star speaker tonight, Kak Baskoro from Historical Science of Erlangga University. Halo Kak Baskoro.
Hello Balqis, hello Bita, how are you guys?
Hello Kak Baskoro, we are doing fine tonight. And what about you, Kak?
I'm doing well, even though I feel a little bit sick, but I can deliver today's podcast. Thank you.
Okay, as I said before, that tonight we will be talking about Sumpah Pemuda. Now, what do you think about Sumpah Pemuda, Kak?
In my opinion, Sumpah Pemuda was not just a young man gathering and making declaration. However, there is a very important meaning behind those gathering of young people who will later become an important foundation when Indonesia becomes independent. The most important thing is, of course, Sumpah Pemuda changed the mindset of the regional struggle to become a national struggle. So, because Sumpah Pemuda, the foundation of Indonesian nationalism is formed.
Wow, I think so. Sumpah Pemuda is also the beginning of the formation of the spirit of youth struggle to unite Indonesia, which was originally tribal in nature, into one unit, Negara Kesatuan Republik Indonesia.
Okay, now, is there any importance of Sumpah Pemuda?
Yes, of course.
So, can you tell us what is the importance of Sumpah Pemuda?
Okay, if we discuss the importance of Sumpah Pemuda, of course we need to understand the meaning of the contents of Sumpah Pemuda, which it has 3 points. First, bertumpah darah, meaning is that youth at the time had to declare the existence of Indonesia, even though at the time there still existed kingdoms. Second, berbangsa Indonesia. This is important considering that our nation consists of various tribes and cultures. So, it is necessary to unite as bangsa Indonesia, so we do not divide each other. Third, using Indonesia as language of unity. This is important considering that Indonesia has thousands of languages. Its region has a different language. So, Indonesia exists because of population can speak bahasa Indonesia.
Oh, I see. Okay, so now we can know the importance of Sumpah Pemuda by understanding 3 contents of Sumpah Pemuda. First is bertumpah darah, second is berbangsa Indonesia, and third is using Indonesia as the language of unity. Okay, then talking about the importance of Sumpah Pemuda, is there any characteristic of Gen Z towards Sumpah Pemuda?
Yes, of course. I have read journals that Gen Z is predicted to be a generation that is very critical about the problems of their own country, because their expertise in internet access and the use of the latest technology makes them aware of the latest information. This critical attitude is the value of Gen Z, and this attitude is also reflected in the declaration of Sumpah Pemuda. The youth of the past, especially among the educated, demanded change for the better. This, I can say, the similarity between youth of that era and youth of today.
Ah, I see. Okay, so I want to ask about this Gen Z characteristic. Is Sumpah Pemuda still relevant for Gen Z nowadays, Kak?
Yes, as I explained earlier, the similarity of the youth spirit is to direct these nations to be better. So, the spirit of Sumpah Pemuda is still relevant to the Gen Z.
Wah, if Sumpah Pemuda still relevant for Gen Z nowadays, what are the existence of Sumpah Pemuda for Gen Z in this time?
if we talk about the existence of Sumpah Pemuda in Gen Z, of course, we can look at the results of the of Sumpah Pemuda. You can see that now we always talk a sense of nationalism. Secondly, we speak Indonesian. This will not appear if Sumpah Pemuda is not declared.
Okay, how to maintain this value?
Well, Soekarno said, jas merah, jangan sekali-kali melupakan sejarah or never forget our history. To maintain the value of Sumpah Pemuda actually can be done in various ways. For example, this podcast. With podcasts that are popular among Gen Z, it can be a good digital literacy for them. So, to maintain those values is by consuming digital literacy. Today, the form of message and propaganda can be more diverse. For example, with content on social media or commonly called digital activism. This can be attributed to maintain value of Sumpah Pemuda on Gen Z.
I see. Jas merah, jangan sekali-kali melupakan sejarah or never forget our history. As you know guys, there are a lot of values from Sumpah Pemuda described by Kak Baskoro before, which can be used for Gen Z for our daily implementation. Now, are there any fun facts for Sumpah Pemuda, Kak? Because there are so many people who don't know about Sumpah Pemuda. So, can you give us some fun facts about Sumpah Pemuda?
I remember one fun fact. So, Sumpah Pemuda was originally not called Sumpah Pemuda. We know that Sumpah Pemuda was formulated by Muhammad Yamin, which was produced at the last session of Congress and carried out on piece of paper. But at first, this formula was not even called Sumpah Pemuda, even until it was read in Congress. This formula still did not have a title. The name Sumpah Pemuda only appeared a few days after the Congress was held. Even so, we can celebrate Hari Sumpah Pemuda on the day on which the formula was declared, which is on October 28th.
Wow, such interesting fun facts, yeah. I didn't know the formula wasn't called Sumpah Pemuda at first, but with these fun facts, I can know more about Sumpah Pemuda and hopefully you guys can know this fun fact too. Okay Kak Baskoro, last but not least, how to make people aware about the importance of history, especially for Sumpah Pemuda, because in my opinion, at this time, some people didn't care about history. They think that history is just a past story and there isn't the meaning of it.
Okay, so first is providing awareness that value of Sumpah Pemuda is related to what issues are relevant today. Second is making message related to Sumpah Pemuda is more attractive through various of content on social media. So basically, how to make Gen Z interested in history, we need to understand their characteristics. And then we create messages according to what is interesting in their eyes.
Wow, okay, nice tips Kak Baskoro. And thank you so much for some information about Sumpah Pemuda Kak Baskoro. Hope to see you soon.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me, Bita and Balqis. I hope this podcast can help to awaken Gen Z to never forget about our history.
Thank you Kak Baskoro. So, from what Kak Baskoro said, Sumpah Pemuda is actually still relevant with Gen Z nowadays. The implementation of Sumpah Pemuda itself is nationalism spirit that the youths have today with their critical attitude, and the latest technology makes them aware of the latest information. Thank you so much for those who tune in to tonight's podcast. Before we leave, let us give you guys one quote about history.
A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. Marcus Garvey and Edmund Burke once said. See you later on the next podcast. SEF Indisc Podcast, a podcast that can be yours for next moment.